If you've ever had a gout flare-up, you just know how brutal it can be. That burning, swelling, and stiffness in your joints, it can make even the smallest movements feel impossible. But here's the thing, what you eat plays a huge role in triggering these painful episodes. I'm Dr. Adam Barron, a board-certified rheumatologist, and today let's talk about the top foods you need to avoid if you have gout, and what to eat instead to keep your uric acid levels in check. Let's start with one of the big ones, red meat and organ meats. We're talking about beef, lamb, pork, and especially things like liver, kidneys, and sweetbreads. So why are these a problem? Because they're loaded with purines, and these are substances that break down into uric acid in your body. And when the uric acid builds up, it can form crystals in your joints, which leads to that intense, unbearable pain of a gout flare. Now I know what you might be thinking. Wait, does this mean I have to give up meat completely? Not necessarily. Instead, try leaner options like skinless chicken, turkey, or even plant-based proteins like lentils and tofu. They're much lower in purines and won't spike your uric acid levels the same way. Seafood lovers, I hate to break it to you, but shellfish is one of the worst things you can eat if you have gout. Shrimp, lobsters, mussels, scallops, and crab, they're all packed with purines. And it's not just shellfish. Certain fish like sardines, anchovies, mackerel, and tuna are also super high in purines. Even though some of these are heart healthy, they can still worsen gout symptoms. So what's a better choice? Stick with low purine fish like tilapia, cod, or salmon, but in moderation. And if you're worried about missing out on omega-3s, try flax seeds, walnuts, or algae-based omega-3 supplements instead. Now let's talk about alcohol, especially beer. Beer is a high offender because not only is it high in purines, it also dehydrates your body. And when your body is dehydrated, it slows down how efficiently you can flush out uric acid. The same goes for hard liquor like whiskey and vodka. So what about wine? Some studies suggest that moderate wine consumption might be less harmful, but it's still best to limit alcohol if you're prone to gout. Instead, go for hydrating options like lemon water, herbal teas, or even cherry juice, which has been shown to help lower uric acid levels. Now let's talk about something that often gets overlooked. Sugary drinks. Soda, fruit juices, sports drinks, they all contain high fructose corn syrup, which triggers your body to produce more uric acid. Fructose, which is a type of sugar, gets metabolized very quickly, causing a spike in uric acid levels. And studies have actually found a strong link between soft drinks and the increased risk of gout. So what should you drink instead? You could drink water, unsweetened herbal tea, or fresh lemon water. These are all great options. And if you're craving something sweet, try infused water with berries or citrus slices. It gives you flavor without the sugar overload. Look, I get it, we all love quick, convenient meals, but if you have gout, processed foods are your enemy. Fast food, frozen meals, chips, packaged snacks, they're all loaded with refined carbs, unhealthy fats, and preservatives that can contribute to weight gain, inflammation, and yes, gout flare-ups. A lot of these processed foods also contain high fructose corn syrup, which we just talked about as being a major uric acid trigger. And don't forget about fried foods and trans fats. They don't just increase your risk of heart disease, but they also fuel inflammation, making gout symptoms even worse. So what's a better option? Stick with whole, nutrient-dense foods like fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats from nuts and olive oil. Dairy is a bit of a mixed bag when it comes to gout. Some people do fine with it, but full-fat dairy products like whole milk, cheese, and butter can worsen symptoms for others. Why? Because saturated fats may increase inflammation and make it harder for your body to eliminate excess uric acid through your kidneys. The good news? Low-fat dairy like skim milk, yogurt, and cottage cheese may actually help lower uric acid levels and reduce your risk of gout attacks. Alright, now that we've covered the foods that you should avoid, let's talk more about what you should be eating. Cherries and berries. These are packed with anthocyanins, which help fight inflammation and lower uric acid. In fact, studies show that people who eat cherries regularly are less likely to have gout flare-ups. Leafy greens. Spinach and kale are great, but go easy on asparagus and mushrooms since they have some purines. That said, vegetable-based purines are much less risky than animal-based ones. Whole grains, swap out white bread and pasta for brown rice, quinoa, and oatmeal. Nuts and seeds. They provide healthy fats that help fight inflammation. And finally, water and herbal teas. Staying hydrated is one of the best ways to flush out excess uric acid. In fact, dehydration is one of the risk factors for gout flares, and I commonly see this in my patients who develop flares of gout. Gout is painful, but the good news is you can reduce flare-ups with the right diet. By avoiding high purine foods and focusing on anti-inflammatory choices, you can help help keep uric acid in check and decrease future attacks. Now I want to hear from you. What's the one food or beverage that you have the hardest time giving up? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more health tips like this one. And remember, this is not medical advice, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.